Lord Thugbarum, this book influenced me a lot. I forgot how much it did. Because I read it when I was 20 and forgot a lot of it, so I thought. What turned out was, most of what I say is from this book. I'm sharing it with the hope that people will see, seeing things in color is a Western philosophy. And it is not of a natural order. Racism is a theory built of no fact, and race is not a color. Check this book out for yourself please, because this short is not giving it justice. Lord Thugbarum.
The Frenchman, the Dago, and the Spaniard are all niggers to a greater or less extent. The only white people are the Anglo-Saxons, Teuton, and Scandinavians. This, Dixon surmised, had accounted for the remark the other had made about the authors adopting nationalities and amuse him. Dixon pondered his question for a few moments. There occurred to him a method where one can retain his own opinion, even while apparent accord with the views of the other. He responded accordingly. "No, sir, I don't believe in the equality of races. As you say, it's impossible." The passenger looked up from the book as if he was not expecting a response, but seemingly pleased with Dixon's acquiesce, continued. "Writers of this type do not know what they're talking about. They write from mere theory. If they was to live amongst niggers, they will sing entirely different tune." Dixon thought he should not let this go unchallenged. He protested courteously, yet Mefino has admirably proved his argument. "I am sure if you were to read his book, you will agree with him too. Didn't you just say you differ with the views in this book?" Questioned the other sharply. "I fear that you misunderstand me, sir. Didn't you just say you didn't believe in the quality of race?" "Yes, sir." "Then why?" "Because as you said, sir, it is impossible." "Why? Why?" "Because there is only but one race, the human race." The passenger did not respond. Although angry at the manner in which Dixon responded to his question, he stopped to ponder the situation in which unwitting question had placed him. As he confessed, he does not like educated Negros and had no intention engaging in a controversy with one. His respect and his aversion for this man increased with a bound. Now he was weighing the respective merit of the two possible course silence and response. If he remains silent, this Negro might think he has silenced him, while to response is to engage in an argument, thus treating the Negro as an equal. After weighing the matter, for sometimes he decided that, the two courses, silence was the least compatible with his racial dignity. And with much condescension, his stiff voice and heightened manners and marked contrast to his jollity of a few minutes past, he demanded, "You only say there's only one race, then what do you call yourself?" "An American citizen," replied to other composedly. "Perhaps you never heard of the word nigger?" "Yes, sir," in the same quiet voice. "So, do you believe the Negro is equal Anglo-Saxon race?" "I have read many books on anthropology, sir, but I have not seen mention of either a nigger race or an Anglo-Saxon one." "Very well, do you believe your black race is the equal of the Caucasian race?" Dixon stopped to weigh the wisdom of his answering. What good would it do talking to a man seeming so rooted in his prejudice? Then a simile come to him. On a visit to the Bureau of Standards at Washington, D.C., he has seen the effect of the pressure of just single finger, a supported bar of steel 3 inches thick. The slight strain had caused the steel to yield 1/20,000th part of an inch, as the delicate apparatus, the interferometers, had registered. Since every action, he went on to reason, cause a reaction, and truth, with the pulse of the cosmos behind it, is irresistible. Surely, if he advance his views in a kindly spirit, he must modify the error in this man. But still, he hesitated. Suddenly, he recalled that this man was a legislator. Here is one of those above all others ought to know the truth. This thought decided his course. He will answer to the point of resolving at the same time restrict any conversation might ensue to the topic of the human race as a whole, and to steer clear of the color question in the United States. He responded with soft courtesy, I have found, sir, in division of humanity, according to physique can never have, but a merely nominal value, because a difference in physique are caused by climatic conditions and are subject to a rechange by them. For instance, scientists who have made a study of this question tells us that the Negro and the Yankee are both approaching the red Indian type. Pigmented humanity becomes lighter in the temperate zone, while unpigmented humanity becomes brown in the tropics. One exposure to a bathing beach is it enough to make a lifesaver as dark than many Indians. The skin of all human beings are of the same color. Then it is possible, by the blending of human varieties, produce innumerable other varieties, each one capable of producing and continuing itself. Again, anthropologists have never been able to classify human variety. Huxley, as you know, classified 2, Blumenbeck 5, Brooke 63, while others desire greater accuracy have named hundreds. Since these classifications so vague and changeable, it is evident then all classifications of humanity, rather by color of skin, hair, or facial contour, to be other than purely nominal, must be one of mentality. And classify humans by intellectual will be, as you know, an impossible task. Nature, as far as we know, only made the individual. This idea has been able to express by Lamarck, who, in speaking of the human race, say classifications are artificial, for nature has created neither classes nor order, families nor kind, nor permanent species, but only individuals. The passenger handed back the book to Dixon. "But you have not answered my question yet," he insisted. I asked, "Do you believe the black race will ever attain the intellectual standards of a Caucasian?"